come closer, come closer. Oh, I mean it, actually come closer, because this is the time of the year when we need to huddle together, we need to gather around the fire. We're coming up to the solstice, the winter solstice, the shortest day of the year. And over 3 days, the sun hangs still in the sky, low on the horizon where I live. And at that time, there's a stillness and a steadiness like no other time. And it's a time to gather round, to come closer. The trees are bare, and although the sky is blue, the air is cold. Everything lies still and quiet, waiting for the sun to rise higher in the sky and warm the land. And although here on the west coast of Scotland, it never gets really cold, everything retreats during the winter, as it should, as would be the natural order of things. The only animals we regularly see are the red deer as they come down from the hills to forage in our garden. So this is as high as the sun goes. It really hangs low in the sky for the next 2 months. Doesn't rise much above the horizon each day. The daylight extends from about 8 o'clock in the morning to about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And we withdraw and order our lives around the natural rhythms that presents. Because to live in harmony with nature is to live in harmony with ourselves, because we are nature. We are, as I say, nature in human form. Sitting up here looking at the view, looking out over the islands in the loch, looking down to the island of Mull. This is the Gaeltacht, this is the Gaelic-speaking lands. And in the Gaelic-speaking lands, the goddess of winter was the Cailleach. There are many legends associated with the Cailleach about her creating the land, but what she's most associated with is winter, with the storms, with the ice and the cold. She is the goddess of winter. And yet, with all the harshness and destruction that the Cailleach brings to the land and all those who live on it, there is also a nurturing. She blankets the ground with snow and keeps some of the warmth in the soil. She cares for the hibernating animals. She cares for the sleeping plants. She prepares everything. So the Cailleach isn't about bad stuff. Not at all. The Cailleach is about balance. Because everything is in balance. Everything comes in balance. Everything works around balance. No matter how unbalanced things become, nature, the cosmos, the web of life, call it what you will, spirit, will rebalance it sooner or later. In the same way as the dinosaurs were wiped out by an asteroid strike into what is now the Gulf of Mexico, it rebalanced. The web of life always seeks to come back to that sense of balance. If it overpopulates, it cuts back. If it underpopulates, it propagates, it makes more. It's the same with the woodland. When this land was under the ice, it was bare. And then when the ice retreated at the last ice age, which is about 12,000 years ago, gradually, mosses formed, liverworts came in, humus was created, and then the early trees, the hazel and the willow and the birch, gently crept up and started to clothe the land, started to bring in that balance that I talk about. And of course, at a solstice, whether it's the summer solstice or the winter solstice, it's one of those points of balance. It's as though the cosmos is holding its breath. It waits for 3 days. The sun doesn't change its position in the sky. It stays at the same height above the horizon. And then gradually we turn back towards the light. Where I live on the west coast of Scotland, it's essentially a wet and a dark time. The Gulf Stream touches our coast, so it doesn't get terribly cold. It gets cold further inland, it can go down to -20. But here it rarely gets below -6. We do have snow, but it doesn't last long. It's just a fleeting drift that we enjoy seeing and being out in. But we draw in, we retreat. I'm fortunate that I can do that. I huddle around my fire, I play my guitar, I listen to music, read books, let the creativity flow. Give it time. Give time for things to emerge from the subconscious. Listen to the land. And when it's nice, as it is today, I sit out on the land. So how many times have you heard your friends or you yourself have said, "Oh, I hate the winter. I just want to hibernate." It's such a common response. And that's because we are part of the natural world. We're part of the cosmos. We're part of the web of life. And it's a natural thing is to shut down, but we don't, do we? We're not in that position. We have obligations and responsibilities and jobs and projects and things to do. But it's very important to just try to find a bit of time to settle, to be quiet, to be still, to listen. Not to anything in particular, just that bare listening. Sitting here in the woods, the only sound I can hear is the river running beneath me and my own inner thoughts. In the still moments of winter's silence and the darkness, allow your thoughts, your ideas and your intentions to grow. Just take the time to consider what might enrich your life. After the solstice, we head back towards the light. And in the same way as if you plant seeds in the ground, you need to prepare the ground first and plant the seeds before you get a crop. It's the same with thoughts. It's the same with ideas. It's the same with creativity. So in this time of retreat, in this time of actually letting go and being still for a short period of time, as much as you can manage, dream your dreams. Dream your dreams and see if you can prepare the ground, just prepare the ground for them. And then plant those seeds. Because this is the time of rest, of renewal, of preparation. Once we've gone past the 22nd, the sun will actually imperceptibly rise above the horizon. The year has turned. The solstice is that moment, that 3 days period, and then the light comes back. And as the light comes back, we get growth, we get opportunity, we get the potential for abundance. So take this time to dream your dreams, prepare that ground, and plant those seeds. Enjoy the fact that it's a time to gather with family and friends. Enjoy the fact that it's time to draw in and get more in touch with who you are. Because you don't need to get out in nature to get in contact with nature. Because, as I said earlier in this video, you are nature in human form, the same as I am. So the most intimate form of contact you can have with nature is contact with yourself. So thank you for the time you've spent listening to this old druid rambling around in the woods and out on the hills. I hope it maybe stirred a few thoughts and feelings in you that you find useful. And if you do, then there'll be plenty more coming on. If you want to subscribe and give me a like, that's nice. But I don't do this for the numbers. I do it because I like to share. I like to think that even one person, I will be able to touch their heart and make a difference to their life. So many blessings, and I hope the year to come is one that is kind and joyous and fulfilling to you. Happy winter solstice.